Do you want to play the class with the highest XP per minute in Battlebit Remastered? Well, in this guide, I'll be covering the medic, I'll give you the necessary keybinds to play the medic effectively, I'll give you the medic strengths versus the other classes, and then also some tips at the end, and also the loadout that you might want to run while running the medic. So starting off with the keybinds, you're going to want to go to your controls and make sure that you have toggle dragging players turned off. You don't want that checked. Next, go to your actual keybinds and make sure that your drag players is on F, and then go down to your first aid and make sure that the secondary is on F as well. What this will allow you to do is you'll be able to revive and drag players at the same time. So if you run out to grab a player and you want to revive them, but they're in like the middle of a big field and the enemy is shooting at you, you'll be able to drag them and revive them at the same time. So a lot of times you'll be dragging them to safety, and by the time you drag them there, they'll be revived, and then you can heal them up. So the medic strengths is they apply bandages twice as fast as other classes. They start off with 20 bandages. They also have 2 med kits as well. With the medic kit, you can heal yourself by using your left click, and you can heal others using right click. Additionally, this is a thing that a lot of people don't know, is you can actually distribute both bandages and med kits to other classes by pressing X. It drops them on the ground, and then the other class can pick them up, I believe. However, most of the time the other players aren't going to run out of bandages. It's just usually they'll die before that happens, but if eventually people get used to it, maybe people will start asking for bandages. But dropping the medkit's really important. It allows other people to use it. The medkit doesn't heal very fast, so if you're healing a lot of people and you want to drop one of them and there's not other medics around, that is very useful to know. So going now to the medics loadout, we can hit up the loadout. As you see, medics have access to automatic rifles, submachine guns, and personal defense weapons. And then also carbines as well, though those are really high ranks, so the majority of the player base wouldn't have those unlocked yet. So generally, I'd suggest just running assault weapons. A lot of people love the MP7 in the submachine gun category, and then actually the Honey Badger has a really high time to kill, but you have to be hitting headshots with it. So of course, weapon choice up to you. I'm not going to go through the different attachments for the guns. I actually have a series where I'm going through every single gun and showing the best attachments, so I'll have that linked. Make sure you go check that out if you want. So I'm not going to go through the attachments, but they're your primaries. For secondaries, Unica is probably the best pistol you're going to have unlocked for a while, but eventually the Glock 18 is the best pistol in the game. So if you're just going straight for the best gameplay, definitely run the Glock 18 once you get it unlocked. Next, first aid, obviously no choices there, but you get 20 of these. Primary gadget, it's up to you. Honestly, binoculars, pretty useless for this class. Anti-personnel mine, pretty good, but if you're trying to lock down a space, is okay. But as a medic, I find that I'm always following a squad around, so the anti-personnel mine, not that useful. C4, best. I'd say this is the best one that you can use. You can use it to destroy enemy vehicles. You can use it to flank around on people, because you can blow through walls. People don't use C4 enough. You can use it to blow through walls. You can use it to blow up the enemies anti-personnel mines and claymores. C4 is amazing. You can even use it to kill enemies that are hiding around corners. It is just honestly is a better frag grenade. I love C4. Definitely try using it. Basically, you left click, you press 4 to go to the C4, left click to throw it, right click to explode it. Very versatile. Something that most people don't know is when you explode enemy vehicles, no matter what it is, even ATVs, which I think it only takes like 2 C4 maybe, or like 1 and some bullets, but it gives 1,800 XP, which is more than any other thing, like single action in the game. So destroying enemy vehicles can be one of the fastest ways to level up, especially if they have a bunch of ATVs all next to each other. So next, claymores, they're pretty much the same as the APM. However, they have a big long thing that tells the enemy where they are, so unless you're like hiding them well, they're pretty useless. I mean, they're good and they stay even after you die, but if it's a good enemy, which I guess a lot aren't, but if it's a good one, they'll avoid it. Next, you have the smoke grenade launcher. I haven't really used this much. You can if you're really going hard on the reviving. It's up to you. I don't use it though. And then suicide C4, this is a meme. Use it if you want. Medic kits as well, you get 2 of these. Remember, you can drop them. definitely do that if you're in a big group. Think about this, you're gonna die eventually, you may as well drop it. You have 2 of them, so it's not like you're dropping the other one. They have infinite reusability, so there's no reason that you shouldn't be dropping at least one of your med kits as soon as you get the chance. The only thing I don't know is I don't know if you get XP for other people using the med kit that you drop, so I haven't tested that yet, so I don't know. Next, finally, throwables. Flares are good for night maps, but other than that, not really useful. Flashbangs, good for telling where enemies are. They don't really flash them though, so careful using these. Frag grenades, great for killing people. I've heard impact nades were bugged on the beginning. I don't know if they still are. And then smoke grenades are great if you're trying to cap a point, if you're trying to pass like through an open field, or if you're let's see what else, if you're trying to revive enemies as well. So you can use them if you want. Generally I'll run flashbangs or frag grenades, so again, up to you. So getting to the tips, that was the loadout. This is just general knowledge. You get 400 XP for reviving, so that's a ton of XP. Definitely be trying to revive as many of your teammates as you can. The nice thing about playing the medic is you revive twice as fast as the other classes. It can be really painful to revive as the other classes. It just takes so long. But as a medic, it hardly takes any time at all. It's amazing. Then if you want to, you can also heal up your squad mates by switching to the medic kit. That does take a long time because they'll revive with like hardly any health, and then you have to heal them up. That gives a lot of extra XP. You can get like up to 1,000 XP for just reviving and then healing someone up to full. So huge XP, but it takes a long time. So up to you. Depends how much, how big the firefight is around you. Just all depends on the situation. I'd say the biggest tip if you want to get a lot of XP is play around other squads. Make sure that you're playing with other players so that you revive them. If you die, they revive you. It goes back and forth, and unless someone RPGs your entire like group or stuff like that, you should be pretty good. So I'd say don't stand on top of them, but stand close to them so you can heal them up or revive them if that happens. As I already said, kill enemy vehicles for huge XP. That's just sort of a general tip. But if you're playing the medic, you may be wanting to get XP as fast as possible, so that's why I added that in there. This is really important. I actually haven't seen this tip anywhere else specifically for medic, is hold the middle mouse button to deploy cover when healing or reviving if there's nowhere to drag. So if you're trying to if you want to heal or revive someone and say they're in like an open hallway, something like that, or open field, sorry, and there's no way where to drag them to heal them safely, you can hold your middle mouse button, deploy just a barrier. It deploys instantly. Then you can prone behind the barrier and revive your squad mate, unless they have an RPG or frag grenade. You'll usually get it done, and this is the safest way to revive people except for like a smoke. But the barrier can block nades and stuff, so definitely use this. People do not use barriers enough, hardly at all. So take advantage of it while people don't know about it for sure. I'd say the fourth barriers, you have to build the longer ones, that's why I say use the first one, but the fourth one actually spawns with holes in it, so you can actually shoot through those holes, and it makes it really hard for the enemy to shoot you back. Because there's just a tiny bit of your head showing, so unless they're like sniping or they have a medium range scope, it'll be hard for them to shoot you. And then this should be pretty obvious, but make sure you check corners and other angles with your gun, like out in your hand, before you try to go revive someone. It's not worth it to try to go for a revive and then die, so keep your own life. That should be your #1 priority, and then when you can, go and revive people when you think it's clear. Don't just bum rush to revive people. That'll lead to you dying over and over, and you'll become very frustrated because you'll have to run back. So make sure you're in a safe place when you're reviving someone. So that comes to the end of my tips. Let me know if you have any tips for medics in the comments below. I couldn't think of any more, but hopefully that gave a pretty good overview of the medic class and some things you can do, the keybinds you need, the strengths of the medic, why you might want to play them. You get the XP permanent and all that. I just hit 1K subscribers. Thanks so much. Oh my goodness, I've been wanting this for so long. I really appreciate all the support. It's absolutely mind-boggling, and I really appreciate it, guys. So thanks to every single one of you. Leave a comment below, how long you've been watching, etc. And yeah, and something I've set up recently is channel memberships. So if you want to show a little bit more support, you can join my channel. I just did $5 a month starting off. So and you'll get priority comments. I'll do live chats where it's just members, and you get like emotes and stuff as well. So I'll be adding more to that as well in the future. And then if you want to connect with me personally, feel free to join the Discord in the channel description below. I'm happy to talk with you. Just add me in my Discord. It's not to the point where there's too many people yet, so feel free to talk with me. And if you want to play with me, I'm also always down to play with viewers as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, y'all. If you found it helpful, share it with someone. And yeah, I'll see you next time, guys. I'll be having more gun guides probably later this week. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.